What would you do to give a child hope? What would you do to teach a child to trust? What would you do to give a child a childhood? Since 2004, we've seen what Family Services of Metro Orlando can do with community partnerships that provide safe, loving homes for children throughout Central Florida. We are here to give foster children a childhood, many of whom have lost hope, trust, and opportunities after years of abuse and neglect.
It sometimes can be a feeling of loneliness because your biological parents, if they don't want you, because that's, that might be the reason why you're in foster care. If they don't want you and they're the ones that birthed you, who would want you?
I myself was forced to grow up faster than the average child because for me it was mostly instinct, I suppose, to just grow up and learn to deal with these things before I knew what they were. Like before I could even understand them, I was able to deal with them.
I've basically gone to so much funerals in my life. I went to funerals, no weddings, no nothing, funerals straight up.
When I was younger, I thought, like, why me? Why this had to happen to me? But now that I'm older, I realize that I was much lucky to have people love and care for me who's not even related to me.
After meeting these heroic children, I became really drawn to the idea that maybe there's something I can do to help. They have dreams, I want to help them realize those dreams.
Sean's story is an example of how the efforts of just one person can help give a child a childhood.
A young boy was noticed by an administrative assistant in the sales department, and thankfully she looked at him and realized that there was something wrong, and rather than trying to just find his parents or the people that he was with, she took him to our security department. His condition was horrifying. Sean weighed 35 pounds, although he was 7 years old. He had scars on his wrists, which, at the time we didn't know what they were, but they were visible, noticeable scars. The bottom of his foot and his leg and his toes were broken. They were to the point where if something wouldn't have been done soon, amputation probably would have been what was going to have to happen.
I describe Sean as a survivor. Sean is an amazing young man.
If the employees at Westgate had not gotten involved and noticed that there was something horribly wrong with Sean and gotten him to the medical facility where he was taken, we've been told by the medical professionals that he probably would not have lived much longer.
Right now, we're actually in the process of having him be adopted. And so that's really something special for Sean to be in a very loving, nurturing family.
Sean and hundreds of kids like him have a chance at a real childhood because someone took the time to get in the picture.
How is your new family different?
They love me.
Yeah? How does that feel?
Great.
In addition to helping children find new homes, we reunite local families through innovative programs like Family Finders, which helped Jose Candelario get back together with his sons.
The Family Finders is kind of the first step in our new movement towards social service. The idea is that any living human has goodness knows how many living relatives on this planet, and we don't often explore that as possible placement for children.
It's important to be with your family. I mean, it doesn't feel right when you're with someone else that you kind of but you don't feel like you can talk to them like how you feel and stuff.
I wanted to see my dad for a long time. We've been apart for so long, and I've been hoping for us to be reunited so he can see how we're succeeding and we're doing good and everything.
After the Candelario boys were removed from their mother's home, the Family Finders program was able to limit the amount of time they spent in foster care.
When you're at a foster care, you feel cautious. But when you're living with your dad or whoever, you feel like you're home.
The services, they've been wonderful. They've talked to the children and they've talked to me, and they sat us down, they brought us together slowly so we can all get to know each other. It's kind of like we all fell into place like a puzzle. We all just came together and we all just reunited, and it was beautiful. It was great.
When you choose to get in the picture, you make our community more complete. Jeff Hawkins literally got in the picture with his photography studio by participating in the Heart Gallery, which displays photos and biographies of older foster children who are available for adoption.
Photography is a very powerful medium, and so what we try to do is, for this brief moment that we have with them, is to give them some hope photographically that they have a past.
A foster to adoptive parent himself, Jeff was able to use his talents as one of the top portrait photographers in the world to connect with the children featured in the Heart Gallery.
On several occasions, we've made a great bond with some of these children, and it makes us feel really good. And the success from these images of being captured and having them on display in the Heart Gallery has really gotten a lot of these children that we've dealt with adopted, and now they're with loving families, and that's really the main goal.
What are your strengths? Where are your resources? Think of all the ways that you can help through foster care, adoption, or the gift of time and funding.
The only reason I'm a corporate sponsor is because I can reach out through family services, grab one child who may wind up being in the gutter on the street, and bring him out, give him a family, send him off to college, and he might be the next president of the United States.
Being adopted and having a new mom and new family mean a new beginning, a new start. I can forget about everything happened in the past, can start over and just become a new person in life.
I've seen some of the most beautiful stories imaginable, and I've seen some pretty negative things as well. You just have to think that, I believe truly that intrinsically, these children are what we're here for.
If we believe that we can make a difference in one other life, and Family Services has found a structure to allow us to become involved, I don't see that we even have a choice to do anything less.
Think of what giving a child a childhood could do for you.
I like to think that what I've done has really impacted a lot of the kids. But they've impacted me more.
At Family Services of Metro Orlando, we have resources to share and children to love. The only thing missing is you. Mentor a youth, foster a child, or finalize an adoption. Make your contribution and get in the picture.
Get in the picture.
Get in the picture.
Get in the picture.
To give every child a childhood.